So I decided on my topic. It was a little bit of a longer process. Originally, I did my undergraduate in psychology, so I knew that I wanted the topic to be psychology based. My undergraduate topic looked at cognitive processes, thinking, and I wanted to continue doing that. So I went from cognitive processes and thinking to cognitive deterioration, which is dementia, what I'm doing at the moment. So it links with what I have done previously, but even then it was in the same area but a slightly different route. So I knew I wanted to stay in that cognitive area of psychology. So that's how it went from undergraduate topics to postgraduate PhD topic.
You mean my PhD topic, what I changed throughout my PhD?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I think everyone's topic changed. Mine started, what I sent in for my proposal was to design an intervention to increase physical activity levels in secondary school. My supervisor came on board. We started with that. Along the line, we changed the focus. And then along the line, it was very, very hard getting those group of people. We moved again to workplaces, using physical activity to improve efficiency in the workplaces. And we are supported by Sports England and Derby City Council. We progressed for about 2 years, and my supervisor left. We had done all the design of the intervention and everything. We've gotten all the workplaces. They were so excited to take part. Before we started the intervention, I had to get ethical clearance from the University of Derby. We are still at that. My supervisor left, and everything crumbled. I had to start my PhD all over again, with the focus now on the University of Derby staff and students. It was broad during my OD7.
So I was quite lucky when it came to deciding on the topic of my PhD, because I already had it was already work that I'd been doing, and there was a bit of refining needed, so I knew the general area that I wanted to research. However, what was really helpful for me was talking to other experts in the field. So prior to, or as I was writing my proposal for the PhD, I met with several different potential supervisors or researchers who were already working in the field, and they helped me to think about where the gaps might be, or where there might be some previous research that I could draw upon.
The topic for my PhD came about before I started my masters, and I was approached by my supervisor to say that there was a possible opportunity the year after I'd done my masters in this area. So we tailored my masters to be good preparation for the PhD. So it was kind of a general idea we knew when I started my masters, and then we just narrowed it down by the time I got to my PhD.
So for my topic, when I applied, there was this kind of like brief topic that was given to me, but off that I could play around with a lot of things. I came in basically with a very different idea, trying to do a more cross-cultural studies, but then after doing literature reviews and trying to look for more information, I have decided to narrow it down to focus on only parenting in the UK instead of a very cross-cultural and broad perspective.
I was one of the cases where I didn't come up with my topic. I was looking for PhD projects that were funded in psychology, and I found a project that was in environmental psychology and about conservation behaviours, and that topic just spoke to me because I'm, as I said before, really passionate about the environment and about this topic, so I just applied for it.
So the topic was actually already set. This was a studentship, and the original topic was in physical activity, looking at families. So in the masters, I'd looked at physical activity within school children, and we decided that the family was a little bit not redundant, that's not the right word. They hadn't always been included because a lot of these things had taken place in schools to get children more active. So that was the main aim. However, I have been able, through research and literature reviewing and reading, to shape it a little bit further. So it's now going to have an intergenerational aspect where grandparents are also going to be involved. So not just family members as your mum and your dad and parents like that, grandparents who facilitate quite a lot of the activity and also do are integral parts of the family even if they don't live there. So I've decided to shape it a little bit further. So the initial topic was decided, but it was just shaping it from the literature I'd read, things I'd observed and what I was interested in really.
I decided on the topic for my PhD as part of the project for my undergraduate dissertation. It's a long-running topic that I've been really interested in researching, and it's something that I really wanted to continue researching after I'd finished my undergraduate degree, and this PhD provided me the opportunity to continue researching in that area.
Well, that was the topic I was using, the mobile phones, looking at mobile phones and how people use them in their daily lives and how they become contemporary use, and really to counter this narrative of addiction, which has become a little too simplistic, and they haven't really dug deep enough to look at this contemporary way of being. I've always been interested in technology, whether it's mobile phones, computers, you name it, I've got it somewhere, or maybe 2 or 3 of them as I'm sat here with 2 laptops, a tablet, a mobile phone, and I can see another mobile phone over there. So I do like technology. So obviously my supervisor suggested something that would keep me interested.
My PhD topic did change. It was always in dementia, so that stayed the same. But to begin with, I wanted to focus on quality of life in dementia overall. And then it changed and narrowed down a lot. And the focus narrowed down and changed a lot because the more research I did into the topic, the more I realised that doing quality of life in general, it was really, really wide.
So I'm a year into my PhD now, and my topic has changed quite a bit. I mean, the basic theme is the same, but definitely the focus and quite a lot of the methodology has changed. And I think what's made that change is that my knowledge and understanding of the topic has grown and has shifted and has developed. And in doing so, I've been able to go from quite a broad question to starting to really focus in on the questions. I think how easy it is to change topic depends on how much you want to change the topic. I've been really lucky in that for me it's just been slightly changing the research questions. However, I think if you've got the right support, if you have a good relationship with your supervisors and you have good support from your research college and your faculty, then I think as long as you can provide a rationale for why you're changing, then I don't see why it can't happen. I know people who've done it a year, 2 years in and have still been able to submit a thesis on time.
My PhD's changed a lot since before I even started. I had a change of supervisor, I had a change of director of studies before I even started. So that drastically changed the direction of my PhD. Down an area that I'd dropped for the most part at undergrad and had to learn a lot of stuff again for the PhD. So it was hard. It was still in an area that I was passionate about, which helped for sure. But it came with its challenges as I picked up kind of a whole area of sport and exercise science that I'd not previously covered or found that easy. So that was a definite challenge.
So I've only been here for less than half a year. So I couldn't say like I changed the topic completely, but yeah, like I said, I did change it from a very broad cross-cultural perspective to a more local, clinical-based research title.
My PhD topic has so far not changed throughout my PhD, but I've still got some time to go, so who knows?
The topic of my PhD has not remained the same throughout the PhD, although the general basis behind it has stayed the same. Different projects have never started or never ended, and we've changed quite a few different aspects of my PhD.
No, I've never changed my topic of my PhD. It's been around technology in general for my master's, and then specifically mobile phones since then.